Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
When the start of Zos by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash. My double honors to the apostles of GMS. And honestly, bro, I was doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. Right? I was gonna bang a real quick one on this Iran situation, the implications. But obviously, the first point that has to be made regarding this, the current a situation is the chip isn't out, right? So they're saying this ain't it, right? But these are signs of the times that we're in, right? You got anything in the pipeline?
Can't. I've got Revelation chapter 11 verse 14.
Yeah.
The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Yeah.
Can't. So, hey, the scripture said the second woe is past. Now, the woe that it's talking about, woe meaning destruction, it's talking about World War II in that prophecy. Now, World War II is past. That's in the past now. That happened in the 40s. Okay, and now we're in the time of World War III, and the World War III cometh quickly. So, what's going to be the epicenter? The Middle East? The Middle East is where it's going to start popping off. Okay, between the different vassal states of America and Russia, which are the two big superpowers upon the earth.
Yeah.
And Russia is spoken about in the scriptures, and so is America. And these two are coming head to head. Now, Iran is an ally of Russia, and Israel is an ally of America. And there's been tensions between Israel and Iran for a while, and that's actually in the scriptures as well. Now, it says Iran shoots down US drone aircraft, raising tensions further in Strait of Hormuz. So now there's actually things going down, and like the Prophet Razal said, until the chip has become mandatory, that the missiles ain't going to be like that. The prophecies of America being completely destroyed, which is Babylon. These things ain't going to come to pass fully until the chip is out there.
Yeah. None of these shall fail, right? Just because you mentioned Israel, it's Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, right? So surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. It's the main point that I wanted to bring out there, because the least of the flock, that's representing Israel, man, right? Amalek, right? The chief house of Edom, right? And over there, in the land I've stolen our name, right? Them Israelis over there, and hey, they're gonna be the ones. They're gonna do something stupid, right? That's gonna force America's hand, right? And then that's how we gonna start getting this war popping, man. But like I said, these are just signs of the times. These are the rumors, and which I've got as well. Have you got anything, bro?
Now I've got Ezekiel 38.
Okay, cool. If I can grab this real quick. Right, this is Matthew 24. And 6 says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Now we're seeing this. Last week you had the oil tanker that got hit, right? Which they're saying that was an inside job. Right? You got the term cui bono, who benefits, right? The Americans don't really, Iranians don't really benefit from shooting down, an oil tanker, but the Americans and them gutter rats do, right? Says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things shall come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? And that's the point, right? The end isn't yet. It's still a rumor of war, right? These are signs that the tensions, things are heating up. Things are heating up, man. It goes and say, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdoms, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, right? And we've been seeing all of those things, right? What do you call it? You've been seeing earthquakes all over the place, right? It says all these are the beginnings of sorrows, right? So we're gonna be seeing more and more happening in these last days, right? And then we gonna start saying we gonna get to a point where people are just gonna have to say, look, man, they're saying global warming, right? They're saying this, they're saying that. This is the act of God, right?
That's right. I've got a precept.
Yep.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble there shall be against her round about, Against him that bendeth let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up his brigandine, and spare not here young men, destroy ye utterly her host. And you know, Babylon's talking about America, so eventually the scriptures say that they shall hate the whore that sits upon the beast, which again is another symbolic meaning for America. So America at one point is going to be completely annihilated by these nations. Now Iran, they be burning American flags for the longest. Their regime, their government completely is against America and against Babylon. And who are they with? They're with America. They're with Russia and China. You know, that's their backing. So and what did the Lord say? He said, if Satan be divided against Satan, how shall his kingdom stand? You know, or how his house stands. So that's the same thing that's going on. Right now we're in Esau's kingdom, which is he's Satan, he's the adversary. But how can his kingdom stand if they're against each other from the in? You know, and the same thing was happening in the Roman Empire times, and it's happening again because this is the new Roman Empire, the last leg of the Roman Empire,
which has been is now.
Yeah, that's right. I had a quick scripture in Joel actually.
Oh, you stealing my scripture?
No,
you got it, bro.
This is Joel. I'll read it for you. This
on.
is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye among this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near.
No, yeah, because in this what do you call it? In this war to come, you ain't gonna have the real nation of Israel, coming up and fighting against these people. This is gonna be a war between the heathen nations, man. Yeah, of course you're gonna have Jay in the midst of them, but that's for their destruction. That's for their judgment, right?
It says, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Right. So your plowshares and your pruning hooks, those are things of agriculture, right? So basically, divert money from agriculture and now start, going into a military, man, right? And says, let the weak say, I'm strong, right? Hey, like I said, Lord will the Spirit, can jump on me and do this research and ban this video, right? But you look at China. Not too long ago, China was a poor nation, man. Right, and now look at them. Now they're on the world stage. Right, they're on the world stage, and on one side you've got America and NATO, and on the other side you've got Russia and China, man. China, like I said, that was a small nation, and now it's coming up and it's big. But also you've got India, you've got Pakistan, right? Hey, if you think about India, most people just think curry and rice and head movements and whatever, what have you, right? But now they've got nuclear weapons, man, right?
It says, thither calls thy might, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither calls thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Right, judge all the heathen, which is why you've not hit that bit where it names this place.
Valley of Jehoshaphat?
Yeah.
Is that, or is it Valley of Decision?
No, it's the Valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yeah, Valley of Judgment,
Yeah, it's judgment, man.
Yeah.
Right, Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh, name of the Most High, Shaphat, judgment, man. Right? Because everything that's happening, that's going to happen in these last days, is for judgment, man. Right, in fact, you just had Jeremiah. You got Jeremiah. You about to ban Jeremiah?
I've got Jeremiah. What do you want to get?
50.
50 and...
what do you call it? Which one do you want? Which one?
What are you looking for?
If we go 50 and say from 9, 12. Let's go from
9, yeah?
Do you know what? So I just want to get straight to the point. Let's go from 11.
Yeah. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 11. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls, your mother shall be... That's America, man.
Yeah.
America, man. That's America. That's just all reaping, resource reaping.
Yeah.
All encompassing. Even the citizens are got obesity problems.
Yeah.
They're over there, man. They're living good.
Yeah.
But now they're going down.
Exactly. Exactly.
Your mother shall be sore confounded.
Right, and that's referring to England because America came out of England.
That's right. And it says, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nation shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that hindermost is talking about America. Okay, because if you look at the world, the America is at the hindermost. So that's talking about America, man. It says what? It says it shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert, because it's going to be completely nude, man.
Yep.
You know? Let's keep reading.
Yeah, yep, to 14.
Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited.
Yeah, so America's going to be completely destroyed and never inhabited ever again. All right?
That's right. And it says, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues.
Mm-hmm.
Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow.
Right. So all the nations that have a nuclear weaponry, right, all of them, they go and eventually aim those missiles at America. And that includes the United Kingdom. That includes France and Germany, right? Which is why we know, though, this news is good, it's uplifting for our spirits, right? Because even I remember one guy that I went to school with, right? He randomly hit up another guy that I went to school with. I'm like, right, you remember when Luke, was talking about when America goes into Iran, and why? That's because that's Ezekiel 33:33. When these things cometh to pass, then it shall be known that a prophet have been among us, man. Right? Why? Because so we got it from our apostles, they got it from their apostles, right? And ultimately we get this truth from the Most High, right? Through the tender mercies of His will, right? But we've been going out, we've been telling people these things are gonna happen, right? And then when these things start to happen, you're having people that you may have told bits and bobs, just randomly they might open a newspaper and just be thinking, oh shit. And then a lot of people going to start having more oh shit moments, man.
Yeah, because the prophet itself, a prophet is basically, in the ancient times they called them seers, because they would see things.
Yeah.
And we see the vision clearly, and that's that we see the laws open up our eyes to understanding what's happening, the prophecies in the scriptures. And the funny thing is, a prophet means to say before. So all we're saying, like the brother's saying, we're saying what's going to happen before it happens.
Yeah.
Because we believe in it.
Yeah.
So then people are going to notice that before it happens, and when it happens.
Yeah.
That's when that's when you should know that it's a prophet that's been among you.
And someone that's willing to humble themselves will be there like, oh shit. Someone who's proud, of course, they're just gonna, oh yeah, it's just coincidence. Yeah, you just finished the end of that.
And it says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all you that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord.
Right. And she had sinned against the Lord, man.
Yeah.
Right, and America has sinned against the Lord. They put the nation of children into slavery, man. It says, Judah and roughly paraphrase, Judah and Ephraim were oppressed against, something like that. Yeah, that's all I wanted on that one.
I've got a precept.
Yeah.
Actually, before I get that, let's get Ezekiel 38.
Yeah.
This is Ezekiel 38, chapter. Start from the top. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them. And that's talking about Russia. And I said prophesy against them because the Lord ain't with Russia.
Ain't with them.
The Lord is just using Russia for a means.
Yeah. Because ultimately, they're Edomites.
The Edomites are.
That's the Edomite, right? Which means it's a lot. Because what are they gonna do? They the same things that Esau has done. The same model. It's the Edomite American rather. The same model he's used. If say America was to fall, and would you call it, the Lord was to leave at fair game, say the Russians came in, the Russians will still do the same things. Why? Because they're Edomites, man.
Yep.
So the scripture saying, Sirach 10, the Lord will set over it. He says, giveth the rule over the world to whom he will, and giveth and who will set over it as one that is profitable. Got there in the end, roughly paraphrasing, right? Because we're the only profitable. Why? Because we've got these scriptures, right? And these scriptures are there for good.
This is
for everyone's good.
This is Daniel chapter 2 verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. That's the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. Just like it goes. So. Yeah. And so the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Israel, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So ain't no Moab, ain't no so-called Chinese, not Russian. There ain't gonna be no superpower after this, man.
Yeah.
The only superpower on earth is gonna be Israel, and that's how it's gonna be everlasting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, man. Right, because Israel, we gonna come up, man. We gonna have power beyond right? What do they always show you in every single film, right? Where, you know, you've got an existential threat, which that term existentials come from exist, right? So it's basically a threat to your existence, right? Whenever there's an existential threat, what do you see in these films that Esau puts out, right? Humans and their guns, right? But we gonna be stronger than that. Well, we gonna be able to manipulate the elements, man. So who gonna come up against that? Who gonna fight against God, right?
And it says, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armour, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, which is Iran. Ethiopia and Libya with them all, with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
Be thou a guard unto them, man. Right, so and you see Russia doing that. Now, one of the nations that mentioned there was Gomer, right? And Gomer is modern day Turkey, right? And what do you see? You see basically Russia backing Turkey, and Turkey are like, look, man, we want these S-400s. We don't give a shit what you have to say about it. Right?
And S-400 is pretty much a modern day shield.
Oh, yeah. That's what,
shield and bucklers.
You
know? And that's what being a guard onto someone.
Yeah, they call it a missile shield.
I've got another preset. Let's share something.
Yeah, you bring that out and then just close it. Just, just a quick one.
It's Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's right.
So that's what's going to happen. Hey, along with Russia and all these other nuclear-capable countries, they're all going to shoot their arrows, which are the ICBM missiles, at America. You know, and it's all going to start off with the little things that are popping off in the Middle East, the little proxy wars. You know, they're not going head-to-head right now. The proxy wars have been going on, but now these are raising tensions, which these kind of things show us that what? And the Rabbi said wars and rumors of wars, but it also said that we're looking out for that prophecy of the chip. It's on its way, man.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. Okay. Hey, so as I said, just a quick one. Look, these are beautiful time. Yeah, what a time to be alive, right? Hey, many have hoped and wanted to see these things that we see, but these things are happening in our lifetimes, and these prophecies are coming to pass. And more importantly, it's to quote Matthew 13:16, blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear, right? Hey, we've got this truth, right? Staying and drawn to the end. Now is our salvation nearer than when we believe, right? So until the next time, we're going to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, right? Double honor to the apostles, double GMS, honestly brothers doing the work in truth, with sincerity. Shalom.